Hi guys, let's continue with our walkthrough of the Facebook page. So let's go back to our slide and see some of the important points, and then we will come back to Facebook. So these are the important points. We have to Facebook determines the popular hours of for a business using all of the location data available to Facebook, including things like check-ins and location signal from devices from people who have location service or location history enabled. That is GPS, Facebook, Bluetooth beacon. Facebook only shows the popular hour features for a page if they have minimum amount of signals from people within a specific period of time. And yes, I have also mentioned that you should not forget to use the page manager app for managing your app. So sorry, page. It's a separate app on the Android and the Apple Store. So don't confuse it with the regular Facebook app. There are three separate apps. One is the Facebook, then you have the Facebook Messenger, and then the Page Manager app. So don't forget to download Page Manager app. And of course, the fourth option could be Instagram, and we have details about Instagram later. But Facebook Page Manager app is really good option if you use your phone to operate business. So going back to the first point about the location, so basically if you are a local business, Facebook will display additional option of popular hours or busy hours, something like this, but it cannot display that unless it collect information. So don't bother about this to begin with. Create your page as a local business, keep on optimizing it, and as you know, when we visit a place like a restaurant or some other place, people a lot of time they check in. There's option to check in on the Facebook. So when they do that, it is recorded by Facebook, and after a minimum amount of data, Facebook will have some kind of pattern. So whether your shop is more busy in the morning, afternoon, or evening, based on that, Facebook will display additional information. So but yes, to begin with, don't bother about that. And these are the recommended dimensions which I have talked about in last video. So uh, try to stick to them while creating the images and the graphics for your page. And then Facebook as the communication tool, but we will come to it later. I will first let's go back and first finish our settings. So as I was saying in last video, that page visibility is something which can help you to publish and unpublish your page. For lot of us, especially for big businesses, they prefer to launch their page in certain order, in certain way. So everything should be at place, um, so that if anybody is visiting their page, and the perception can be controlled. So in those cases, you can maybe unpublish your page, finish all other settings like putting graphics, completing your descriptions and things like that, and then you can come back here and select page published. So for now, let's cancel it. And visitor posts are very important, but a lot of time people abuse it, and there are users on Facebook who will try to use your Facebook page to promote their content. So that's why you can select this option, review post by other people before they are published to page. So it will help you to control and moderate the post on your page. Then we have the option, let's cancel it. Okay. So then you have this option. You should select it by default. It's not selected. It basically controls how your post appears in Facebook newsfeed. And you can also, if you have doubt, you can hover over on these question marks, and it will help you by providing additional details. So when you create a post, you can choose which people see it in newsfeed by selecting your audience, interest, gender, age, more. We will have that audience optimization here, and I will talk about those settings. So for now, let's cancel it. In fact, I will delete this page after completing this video because I don't need it. Then you have messages. So messages are very important. So I was, if we go back, um, after completing this basic settings, I will talk about Facebook pages communication tool, and it's one of the most important feature offered by Facebook. So it's really cool. I mean, it's really going to help us. So you can see we have a lot of options here. So this selection of the message here allow people to contact my page privately by showing the message button. So basically, if you disable it, people will not be able to reach out to you privately. So it's better to select it. Now, of course, if you are in a business where you don't want your customers to reach out to you, then you can unselect it. Tagging is again kind of trivial, because a lot of time people tag you unnecessarily and you have to review that. So depending upon your requirement, I'll say select it or not select it. This is again related to the last option, so review it. And then we have this option. This is good for the local business, so allow other people to use digital marketing, that is the name of this page, as a location for frames. This setting doesn't affect your page's ability to use its location for frames. So I mean, if you want, you can enable or disable it. Country restriction is again, it's like if you want to have multiple pages targeting multiple countries, then you will like to have this country restriction. But if you are using a generic page, then you can simply ignore it. Then you have the age restrictions. Again, depending upon the content of your page, you have to select the appropriate value from it. If you are alcohol related, then you have to use this option. And then this is for the moderation. If you don't want certain words on your page, you can ban those words like porn, triple X, and these words may not be good for your brand, so you can simply ban using this option here. Again, this is profanity filter. So it's in fact Facebook automatically select, but if you want to have your own moderation, because there are a lot of pages which are related to political stuff, and at times people do talk about things which could be kind of derogatory and insulting. So whether to block profanity from your page and to what degree, you can have your own filter, but Facebook anyway use their own filters. So if you want, you can on it medium, strong, and then depending upon those settings it will operate. So it's a very good option. Similar page suggestions I was telling about, that discover element where people will see your pages. So if you select this checkbox, your page will appear for others in their recommended sections. Let me show you again. So if we go back to uh, explore and pages, in this top suggestions, if you have selected that options, your page will appear here. So it's a good way to get free likes and expanding your business. So you should always have this selected. Then you have page updates. So this is automatically published post when info is updated on this page. So basically, it's like when you go and you change, let's say your cover photo or profile picture, Facebook will automatically publish a post that photo updated or cover photo updated, things like that. And you can also allow people to post in multiple language, and we will go through that also. But Facebook allow multiple languages. So if you deal with the audience where like India, where you can have people uh, with different languages, it's good to have option like this to support people speaking different languages. And this is also a good option because again, if you are allowing people with different languages, this translation will help to those who cannot understand that language. So again, these are comment ranking is kind of default option. You can go ahead with that. I don't change it. If you want, you can select it. And then you have the content distribution. So there are a lot of people who will download content from the Facebook. So if you select this, your photos and all that stuff won't be able to be, I mean, those people won't be able to download it. So then you have the download page, get a copy of your page post and things like that, so you can download and you will have all of this information. So it's like, if you want to import export from here to some other, maybe that will help you. And this is to merge. So let's say you have created 2 3 pages on similar topic, now you want to merge, you can use this option. And as I was mentioning earlier that I will delete this page, so delete this page I will use this option. So I can simply click on delete digital marketing and it will delete. So these are the general settings. You don't have to follow strictly what I'm telling you here, but it's good, to have these options. So spend some time with these settings. When you create your page, the default settings are kind of optimum as far as general settings are concerned. So you can just review it. Facebook create these pages with optimum settings, so you don't have to bother much about for a lot of stuff here. And then you can take your own sweet time to optimize these settings. And if you allows messaging, then these are the settings section for the messaging. So you can see that we have general setting and responsive. So if you want to directly click on a section, you can simply click general setting. I mean, the section itself is not very big, so that's okay. So use the return key to send messages. I mean, if you on this, then people will be able to hit return key on the iPhone and they will be able to use it to send messages. Again, it's kind of trivial, but if you want, you can use it. And prompt visitor to send messages. Page visitors may see prominent way to start a message with you if you are online or if your page is very responsive to message. So this is a good way um, for a lot of businesses who would prefer to engage with their customers through messages. So you can you should on it, even if it is off by default. And then you have the response assistant. So it's like, send instant replies to anyone who message your page. So I will show you how to set it. So basically, let's say you are a consultant now, it's not possible for you to be online all the time. So in those cases, if somebody messages you, they should get some instant reply. Now they don't expect it always, but it's better if you just reach out to them and uh, tell them that you will be getting back to them. So it's like, this is the default message. If you want to change, you can simply type it here. So it's like if somebody messages you, hello, is this available, I have a question, something like that, they will receive an instant message. So in this instant message, you can add the person's first name, last name, full name, and it's really cool. I mean, I will say use it because it's really good. I mean, imagine yourself if you message someone and if you instantly receive a message, even if it is a default automated message replying that you will they will review it and get back to you. It's like, somebody has acknowledged to your message. So it's a very good thing. We must use it. And then we have stay responsive when you can't get to your computer or phone. So let's say if you do a yes, again it will automatically populate this response. If you want, you can simply change it. So these are good settings. I show a messenger greeting. Again, it's automated, and then you have to send follow-ups to anyone who books an appointment. So, appointment. Uh, if you have available, if you have made that option available, you should use this to make sure that people don't miss their appointments, and it's good for the engagement also. So these options are really good here in the messaging, and I will talk about messenger as a separate where I will mention these settings and also the messenger app, because it's very important to use it, and it's a very good tool for engagement. So I think that's it for now. This video is getting longer, so I will cover rest of the information in the next video. Thank you.